Hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Geopolitics YouTube channel, and today we are going to see the topic Joe Biden and future of Indo-Pacific region. So without a further delay, let's get started. Ever since Joe Biden started his campaign, he had openly vows to reverse many of Donald Trump policies, like his decision on WHO, WTO, treatment of allies, and many more. This openly led to a debate about Biden's commitment towards Trump's initiative in US foreign policy called Indo-Pacific policy. Since Biden was vice president under Obama administration, so a talk in corridors of foreign policy began, saying Trump policy of Indo-Pacific can be reversed to Asia-Pacific or pivot to Asia policy of his predecessor Obama. So before we move forward, let's see what this Indo-Pacific is. Literally, except to some extent in geographical terms, from east coast of Africa to west coast of USA. Here you can see on this map, let's get some clearer map. Here you can see from east coast of Africa to west coast of USA, with almost all members countries agreeing on ASEAN as central. Except this, all countries have their own version of Indo-Pacific region. But more or less, if we see the policies of Quad countries, that is India, Australia, Japan, and USA policies, comes on one page, while the policies of Russia and China comes on other page. This has created a new confrontation within already strained US-China relationship. China's Global Times openly called Indo-Pacific a geopolitical connotation designed to contain China. I again repeat, a geopolitical connotation designed to contain China. Many of Chinese scholars openly hoped that Biden would lead to a softer approach towards China and can return to very much Asia Pacific, which they believe has an economic and cooperative connotation in the region. If we see what the Biden options are, we will find that Biden has two options. First is Biden goes back to the Obama's era policy of Asia Pacific. The other is Biden continues with Trump's era policy of Indo Pacific. Now, if we see why there is a question mark on Biden commitment towards Indo-Pacific, and the arguments which suggest towards this is following. First is Biden's indication of softer approach towards China. Biden has indicated that he wants to cooperate with China on issues like climate, nuclear proliferation, trade, post-pandemic recovery, and many others. If Biden wants to cooperate with China on China's reservation, he can very much drop the term Indo Pacific and the policy Indo Pacific policy too. The other argument is focus on internal crisis of US and transatlantic relationship. As we know that there are already fractures are present in the internal politics and society of United States, and during the Trump era the transatlantic relationship also got sour. So Biden will very much focus on internal crisis first rather than focusing on Indo-Pacific strategy. If we see the other arguments, then the Biden choices on post of Secretary of State, that is Anthony Blinken, and Secretary of Defense, that is Lloyd Austin, has very much caused a serious spark and debate in foreign policy corridors. The reasons are following. First is that Lloyd Austin has headed and has experience of heading Central Command of United States. He has no prior experience of dealing with China. So these things streamlines and indicate that Biden is very much not focused on China issue. The same goes on the Anthony Blinken because he has not shown any crystal clarity on China issue. The other argument is internal pressure on Biden to cut defense budget and regulation on sending soldiers. If if Biden is forced to cut the defense budget, then Indo-Pacific region will be first to pay the burn for this defense cut. The other justification can be drawn from the initial statements from Biden's himself and his secretary Lloyd Austin. Both use the terms Asia Pacific in their initial statements and initial remarks. So this has caused a huge debate in foreign policy corridors. Now the last point which I want to mention here is Biden commitment towards Quad. Biden commitment towards Quad, which believed to be pulse of Indo-Pacific and a platform which can have some tooth to bite China and hurt it in real sense, but is that Biden can ditch Quad and allow a new platform with ASEAN countries on board. But Biden's defense secretary pick Lloyd Austin supported Quad idea during his confirmational hearing recently. So if we see all this, then the pictures look very gloomy, but there are equally strong arguments to justify why Biden can continue with Indo-Pacific strategy. And the arguments justifying these are following. First is, much has changed in Trump's 4 years, especially in this region. Many US allies like Japan, Australia, and partners like India openly supported the idea of Indo-Pacific and want US administration to continue with this. Indo-Pacific is main plank of today's Japan foreign policy, and Shinzo Abe is also considered as architect of the term Indo-Pacific. If we see all across Indo-Pacific region, then we will find that Japan's follow free and open Indo-Pacific policy, Australia follow Indo-Pacific concept, India follow Sagar doctrine, that is security and growth for all in region, South Korea follow new southern policy, Taiwan follow new southbound policy, ASEAN follow outlook on Indo-Pacific policy, and even European powers like France and Germany has also published their policy on Indo-Pacific. Due to the partners and allies countries already interested in this, Joe Biden will find it very much difficult to reverse and go back to the Asia-Pacific policy. The other argument is US deep state is already almost on board for Indo-Pacific, as it believes Indo-Pacific as more pragmatic register aligned more with interest and outlook of current US challenges. So this can also be a strong argument why Biden can continue with Indo-Pacific strategy. Now the other argument is candidate Biden was sometimes more vocal on China issue, and he even went on to extend calling Xi Jinping a thug on the issue of human rights. Now if we see why should Biden continue with Indo-Pacific strategy, then the arguments are following. First and foremost is China is already following Indo-Pacific strategy. From Taiwan Strait to Djibouti in Horn of Africa, from Hambantota in South Asia to Antiolu, Chinese presence is already established and growing day by day and night by night. So to counter it, US has to come with its own version of Indo-Pacific. Here you can see in this map the OBOR project, that is One Belt One Road projects in the Indo-Pacific region. Here in east coast of Africa towards all across India, the Chinese presence is growing. Here in this map you can see the future or potential military bases of China in Indo-Pacific region. From here Gwadar in Pakistan to Hambantota in Sri Lanka. From Myanmar and Bangladesh, already China is establishing its presence in Indo-Pacific and more especially in Indian Ocean region. Now the other argument is Indo-Pacific strategy can lead to a codification of South Asia in full spectrum of Indo-Pacific. This will immensely benefit US partners like India very much. Indo-Pacific strategy streamlines more focus on Oceania region too, and that can be very much streamlined in Indo-Pacific strategy of United States. US has already initiated mainstreaming its Indo-Pacific, like changing the name of Asia Pacific Command to Indo-Pacific Command is one example. Now to sum up this video, what can actually Biden's choice be? And the most probable conclusion can be following. In most of the possibilities, it is certain that Biden will continue with Indo-Pacific strategy, but there can be change in rhetoric, as Biden may follow a softer approach in terms of rhetoric and drop the Trump-era Cold War mindset verbal confrontation used by both China and USA. So overall, the substance of Biden approach towards China and the Indo-Pacific region would be similar to Trump but with different tone and more focus on coordination. Indo-Pacific countries may also get benefit from Biden's more inclusive policies and alliance structure policies. Thus, under Biden administration too, the US policies towards Indo-Pacific would be similar to Trump but with different tone and texture. That's a wrap of this video. You can get the PPT and PDF of this video at our Facebook group called Geopolitics YouTube and on our Telegram channel called Geopolitics YouTube. If you liked this video, please like here, subscribe our channel and don't forget to comment on this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.